The Colombian driver, I couldn't help it, said, and take that. Oh my goodness.
Let's talk about the 1982 German Grand Prix, more specifically Nelson Piquet's crash out on Eliseo Salazar. The 1982 German Grand Prix saw an unusual grid when pole position was left empty at the start, and this was because while Didier Pironi set the fastest time in qualifying, he suffered a serious accident when he was testing out a new wet tire composition. This accident left him with multiple fractures in both of his legs and ultimately retired him from racing in F1. So come Sunday at the German Grand Prix, pole position was left empty, followed by Alain Prost in P2, Rene Arnoux in P3, and Nelson Piquet in P4. And at the start of the race, Arnoux took the lead. However, it was Nelson Piquet on a charge who made it past Prost for second, and then quickly he took the lead from Arnoux. Piquet was on a roll, and on lap 18, while he was attempting to lap Eliseo Salazar the odds curve chicane, they collided. Salazar had misjudged his braking and collided into Piquet's Ray-Bum, taking them both out of the race, and Nelson Piquet was furious. He instantly jumped out of his car and went up to Salazar and started to punch and kick him, and then he stormed away, angrily throwing his gloves on the ground. When speaking on this incident, Nelson said that his first reaction was to headbutt Salazar in his chest, but he figured that that would break his ribs, so he went with the less violent option, which was to kick and punch him. The reason why Piquet was so angry at Salazar was because BMW's top guys were at the Grand Prix for their home race. And the funny thing is, though, one of Nelson Piquet's mechanics brought to light that when they took the engine back to Munich to inspect it, they found that the skirt on one of the pistons had started to break up. So in short, with or without Salazar crashing into Piquet, Nelson was never going to finish this race because his engine was on the verge of blowing up. So, with this newfound information, Piquet called Salazar to apologize and to thank him for taking him out, as it would have been embarrassing to have the engine blow up while the suppliers were there watching the race. And there you have it. That is the story of Nelson Piquet at the 1982 German Grand Prix.